Hello friends, I am yet again with a new presentation on business analytics case applications in sports, Athylitics of data mining. I am sure this topic is going to interest all of you, especially the boys who have interest in sports. So today we will see how analytics has been applied to sports analytics, which is called Athylitics. As you are aware that sports industry is rising and the economics of profitability and revenues in this sector is very huge. Sports analytics is gaining a lot of importance, especially with the kind of revenues and returns that are associated with this business sector. As per one of the McKinsey recordings and researches, it has been found that the sports which has the highest acceptability amongst the youth is football, thereafter it's basketball, tennis, cricket, baseball, rugby, and it goes all the way to cycling. Today in this presentation, we will be talking about how analytics is being used in football, basketball, tennis. As you can see in the small snippet, the big data and analytics that could get created in a field of sports for football, which includes 10 football players, 3 footballs, and a 10-minute game, which results in a 7 million data points. This huge data, which gets recovered through the addition of 3 factors or variables called the football players, footballs, and minutes of games, results in huge data which could be used by companies for retrieving and data mining in depth about the sports analytics. Majorly, the sports analytics is used for ticket pricing, fan analytics, fan engagement, and sentiment analysis. So these are the 3 broad areas wherein sports analytics becomes applicable. This is just the beginning. We have more for you in the upcoming slides. This is for people who like tennis. The figures below are depicting Roger Federer and Andy Murray's competitors' performance before each match. As you can see, Federer and Murray's plots have been created wherein the most important, least important, and outright success points have been mentioned. These are the points or the bubble graphs which tell that a hit at this place to the particular player would surely recover a point. So this is a snapshot of what sports analytics looks. If Federer is able to understand Murray's tactics, and if Murray is able to understand Federer's tactics, you can well imagine how tough and interesting the match would be. And it would be all fun for the spectators and for the stakeholders who are sponsoring such events. Moving on, HCL has created the SAP HANA, which we call HANA, which is a portal which is used for creating broadcasting operations, digital marketing platform, rights management, and digital content management platform. Basically, HCL is one point stop for sports analytics through SAP HANA that we call. They are able to analyze information for major event organizers. They are able to understand what are the football franchisees and the major sports league where the data of the analytics can be used for multiple channel engagement. There is a talent 360 management which involves management of the employees, their statistics, their KPIs, their nutrition, and so on and so forth. Then they're talking about control room management. 2 of the 5 world's largest distribution giants Basically, they're telling about sports broadcasting, which is another very, very profitable arena in sports analytics. And the interactive games like poker, slots, sports betting, and other games which are so much in league today, where people are earning a lot of money online. All this is possible through one-stop shop, that is the SAP HANA produced by HCL. So there are many giants in the IT industries who have started developing customized products for sports analytics. One such product is also by IBM, which we will be discussing in slides to come. As you can see, the HCL's SAP HANA is able to do big data analytics, is able to do predictive analytics, digital process analytics, social analytics, and supply chain analytics. However, it is not interesting that it is just not today that analytics and the discovery of information in sports has become relevant. It all started back in 1870s, where the first box score in baseball was recorded. However, it is only very recently that advanced data mining and machine learning tools are being used for handling operations of sports franchisees. Especially sports analytics is being used for mapping of the player efficiency rating, which is of interest to both the spectators, the league sponsors, for merchandising and other broadcasting events for sports. One interesting application of sports is the network analysis. For example, the match of a basketball or a soccer. The main type of interaction in both these games are the exchanges between the balls amongst the teammates. How much is the passing rate? Which and who are the maximum passers? Who are good receivers? How to strategize the team depending upon the interaction of the teammates and the team coherence can be analyzed through network analysis. Another interesting tool of analytics which is being used is the spatial temporal analysis for sports trajectories. What is this? This is basically the use of machine learning and deep learning in order to understand through computer vision as well as other state-of-the-art analytical frameworks in order to make better understanding of the placement of players on the team field. By analyzing where and when the opponent's team member would be moving in the next course of action, so that the team can plan its strategy would be immense. This is what spatial temporal analysis does. It makes a record of the historical data, the temporal position of the opponent players or the key opponent players, and through computer visioning, it creates and recreates the positioning of the opponent players or the key players so that the current strategy of the players can be decided. The last case that we would be discussing today is also of interest to many of you. That is Wimbledon. I'm sure you have your own great Wimbledon fanfares and legendary players whom you support. IBM together with Wimbledon is working big way for analytics. Let's see how they do it. Wimbledon 2018 was basically based on the analytical perspectives that was brought about by the tool called Cognos, IBM Analytics tool, which Wimbledon used for 2018. They were able to give interesting statistics, contexts, and important insights into the branding of the event by taking into consideration the kind of fanfare that comes for Wimbledon. Their challenge was to guess the best and the most lawn tennis fanfares into the business of the Wimbledon 2018, so that they are able to attract good crowd and make good money. So in order to do that, they made use of millions of data points that was collected by IBM or from historic matches in the past, and the AELTC, which is the Legal England Lawn Tennis Academy, which sponsors all the Wimbledon tournaments. IBM Cognos, by the use of its descriptive analytics tool, IBM DB2, was able to store the data into the database and then process this data real time into data which could be used by the referees, by the chair umpire, by IBM for further propelling the fanfare analytics and creating new data points for the sponsors to redefine their marketing strategy. Thus, they were able to attract larger crowd, larger fanfare and make huge revenues from the Wimbledon 2018. And this equipped the entire gamut of stakeholders for Wimbledon 2018 to get the right kind of data at the right time. They were able to handle the fanfare queries in a matter of few minutes rather than hours. They were able to give the right insights into AELTC to be able to cover the entire event. Also, it assisted the media personals to give fresh perspectives to capture and retain the audience of interest. The solutions used by them were the business analytics portfolio and the database and warehouse portfolio. Both were indigenous products of IBM. So friends, this is the world of sports analytics, and it is not just HCL and IBM, but there are many other tools in the market being in a big way used by sports giants to retrieve profitability and success in this new rising business sector. For any queries that you have, you can very well be free to connect to me at my mail ID, or if you would like to know where and how I am associated, you could go back to Lloyd Business School and the website details are given there. Thank you, and meet you soon with the next series of data analytics and its case applications. Thank you.